Hey, how's it going? It's Krzysztof and here. So I'm just recording this video as I got off the call with my mentor who's actually running 1 million per month online business, and he shared this one thing about content creation online that is going to make or break your experience. And what I mean by that, if you're making anywhere between 10 to 20k per month, listen to this, because otherwise without it you're not going to be able to scale. Same for applies to me. Essentially, like, it's a big mindset shift that he shared. Without this one, I wouldn't be able really to excel further in my business. So as I'm starting this whole journey, I wanted to share this with you guys, like super raw, as I felt inspired. So I'm literally walking here in Amsterdam on the street, visiting my sister, and yeah, I want to share that. So essentially, give me a little bit of background of who I am, what brought me to this place and stuff like that. But essentially, my name is Krzysztof, I'm 26-year-old, and for the last 9 months I've been sitting in LinkedIn DMs and helping others monetize their inboxes properly. So there's a lot of people, especially on platforms like LinkedIn, on other social media platforms, where they build their brands but they fail really to monetize properly their inboxes. And what I mean by that, they really rely their revenue on the inbox, sorry, not the inbox, the algorithm, and posting content, getting inbound, right? It's really cool. And I've been in the totally opposite boat of this journey. Oh, I'm just gonna sit in here, looks like a cozy place. Anyways, I've been on a totally different spectrum of this journey as I come straight from the sales background. I've been in sales for over 3 years right now, straight after I finished my uni, which was a business degree. And I quickly realized I didn't have almost like any experience running business. So like knowing about the business is different to running one, essentially. But I started this thing after working for one of the creators and being in his inbox for over a year and closing over $350,000 directly in his DMs, which was crazy. I met my co-founder in there. It was a ride, guys. Like, I loved it. I spent like 10 to 12 hours in the inbox every single day. And what I really did was like learned everything about sales, and especially sales over DMs, because in the traditional sales world, they always tell you like avoid written communication with the client, right? And he embraced the other part, in which is super popular in online entrepreneur era and creator economy. So if you're a content agency and you're build your brand, this is definitely gonna be something for you, but that's not the topic of today's video. So the content shift that he made, and like, okay, so long story short as well, sorry, I'm jumping from topic to topic, but long story short, we've been able to close this crazy amount, and then we realized with my co-founder Yuan that we're just gonna jump ships and like do it on our own, right? So we started helping others monetize their inboxes properly, because we saw a big gap in the market where people been afraid to really send DMs to people that actually are warm leads already on their content. And that's how we helped a lot of different individuals. We worked with over 10 or 15 people at this point, I don't really remember. But what matters is they have great results and they make over 120k per month just from LinkedIn DMs that they don't even send. But anyway, so that's how we got there. And the content shift that I have, just because I came from this boat of, you know, selling and selling and selling, is I really felt itchy about the content. And what I mean by that, when we actually started this biz, we started off signing people of the referrals, warm introductions, and all that juicy stuff, which, don't get me wrong, is great. But when you run out of those, you don't really know where your client is gonna come from. It's tough. And we invested into different mentorships, like probably like 20 grand into different sort of mentors. You know, we hopped from one to another. Each one of them had a unique method and stuff like that. But what really matters is we actually realized this one thing today, that if you don't make content in this specific way, you're gonna be left behind. And what I simply mean by that, you have to show up and be genuine on the camera. And that's what I'm gonna be documenting throughout this whole journey. So I'm gonna try to make this sauce as raw as humanly possible, because that's when you can really connect with another human individual over the screen. Like we've went through all that era, and I think like we're at the peak somehow, where everybody been editing their videos like crazy. And what I mean by that, like those animations and fancy edits that they spend like $500 and upwards, and they edit for 6 weeks. He literally told us today. He's running this channel of the guy that has 100,000 subscribers, and they edited a video for 6 weeks and paid like $1,500 for it just to see it flop, right? And on the flip side, you can be taking your shots every single day. So some people say algo is, you know, engineered, which I believe in, and some people say it's a lottery machine, which half of both is true. Let me say that. And what I mean by that is that you should be taking your shots every single day. And if you're not taking them, you're going to be left behind. So that's what I'm going to really be doing, and I encourage you to do the same. And that following that path, you should be removing as much friction as humanly possible to record that content for yourself and for your viewers. Because if you don't, you're going to be slacking away, you're going to be putting yourself less out there, and that's not really going to lead to more personal and content development, because that's really what it is about at the beginning of your journey. Like, it's really about showing and here getting better at the camera and convincing more people to follow your journey. That's literally what I'm going to be trying to do within this channel and this series, because yeah, I feel like I waited too long, but nevertheless, you know, if I'm not going to be doing this from now on, I'm going to be left behind just like all the other people. So yeah, that's the main thought for today. Literally go out on the street, record the damn thing, share your biggest learning out of the whole week, and post it. Don't overthink it. Don't pay anyone for the crazy edits of your videos. I mean, if you have so much money already, you can do it. But what you should prioritize and optimize for is resistance to putting out these videos. And what you should be optimized for is creating momentum. That's gonna drive a bigger momentum, and that's gonna drive to something really crazy if you stay consistent and get better over time. And what I mean by that, think about it in a different way. You can be putting like one video per day like this, easily, because it just takes me, how much? 15 minutes of walking down the street? It's actually great, right? I'm spending most of my days on the computer, and what I really like to do as a human individual is actually walking and discovering new places in the city, wherever I'm in. And that's allowing me to do that. At the same time, I'm going to post it, some people are going to view it, and maybe that's going to lead to some networking, potentially some business, who knows. So I guess I'm just going to try to inspire you guys over the next coming days and weeks to follow my journey and really get out there, build your brand. And if you already built one, you might also want to have a look at DMing people, because if you're not, you're essentially leaving half of the thing that you already built on the table, right? So it's like running on one leg. That's the best comparison I can figure out for you today. If you're trying to run and you're running on one leg, think about it, how hard it's going to be, and how easier and faster you can run if you have two legs. So if you think I may be able to help you, just DM me on LinkedIn. Somewhere in the description there's going to be my profile, so you can DM me, and I'm just going to happily see if I can even help you. But yeah, that was everything for today. I arrived almost. I hope you enjoyed it. Super raw. See you next time. Ciao.